Hello, everyone. We are back once again pardon me, to continue on our highlight of Katatema, Tetsu's body of work. Katatema, once again, is the company name for the works that are led primarily by a developer who just goes by Tetsu, and Murasaki, which we had highlighted earlier on this feature. We managed to reach the hidden cutscene that plays once you do almost everything in the game, in which, once again, the themes of Murasaki being a world in which nobody is okay and nobody's account of events can be trusted is thoroughly cemented by having Kairi call over Satsuki and then tell her, "You're just a facet of my ruined brain, a idealized projection persona of myself that represents everything that I was powerless to be able to do." To which Satsuki responds, "Yesterday you told me you're from the future. Which is it?" And Kairi responds, "Both." And Satsuki says, "Look me in the eyes and tell me you're not crazy." I dare you. So, is that true, or is it not? Or will that even be answered? Let's find out. Nonetheless, though, once again, the world is in danger. To be precise, it's going to explode. Kairi and Satsuki, once again, head over to the person who's about to trigger it. As before, I will be doing a structure of playing in the style of an inexperienced player while playing as Kairi, do a full run, and then after that, play through again as Satsuki as an experience in the way of an experienced player, and then go from there. So many compliments in the chat tonight. Thank you all. Let's go. This game I really, really like. And I have something special that you'll see just in the middle of it. Look forward to it. Should have soft... Should have soft music playing. Although I'm noticing the alert widget is maybe behind stuff. I should move the alert widget in front of other elements.
Tality Habit gifted 20 subscriptions to the community.
Never mind, the alert widget is indeed at the front of everything. Thank you for helping me diagnose this, I guess. Alright. Let's get going. Collection menu, like last time. Beginning. The world is in danger. To be precise, it's going to explode. You must travel to the person who is about to trigger it, to that place where a young queen leads people with wings. As you can see from the interface here, and a little bit more explicitly, they show that you can discover collection items that you haven't unlocked that are adjacent. And in addition, you can see exactly how much progress. We've got a big list of duels, presumably for both characters, as we've learned from the previous game.
GC the Gray Area gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
Thank you. And so, once again, you cannot remove this yet. Mark of protection at the top. 5 stages. Stage 1, Black Flower Garden. Kurohana Batake. A place where beautiful yet strange flowers bloom wildly. There might be some dangerous flowers mixed in, along with their natural enemies. Kairi, speed normal, range long, explosions normal, special, great defense, balanced and safe for beginners. Satsuki, speed fast, range short, explosion strong, special, use wisely, specializes in speed and firepower. So, first big change, look what I'm able to do here. Isn't that wild? Fundament blocks are now our friends. Already playing with the player's expectations by giving us a yellow flower. Interesting is that the frame rate is a little bit worse while I'm streaming, so I guess that's a weird little quirk. If you play this game yourself, it will be buttery smooth. Boss number 1. Ah, at last we meet again. My goodness, and to think how long I've waited for this moment. Now die! Why won't you suddenly lose consciousness? Why won't you die from spontaneous combustion? That way I wouldn't have to do this. I accept your duel. Asking the important questions. Another quirk that the previous game had that this one changed. The previous game claimed 1 bullet is allowed to be on screen at a time, but that wasn't actually true, because if you knocked a block around, your bullet would disappear, but you still couldn't shoot until the blocks were finished exploding. This is no longer the case, which means you can double shoot a block in order to move it. Give up already. Die by my hands. Or die as some sort of sacrifice. If it means erasing this murderous intent in my body, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Scary. Ah, Kawaii. Quite a few collection items already. First, the duels. You couldn't make the most of her characteristics, so it was only mediocre. I have high hopes for next time. Whoa, how lively. I'll probably have dreams about this. Mamina, an assassin from Mamiana. She exists only to end her target's life with the poison permeating her body. Both success or failure in her job spells death for her. She is alive now because her first and last job, targeting Kairi, in his past life, ended in a result that was neither success nor failure. Duel, an act performed by two people who recognize each other's skill and undergo a specific ritual. The typical method is to spit out a small amount of blood. After both sides have gained consent, a battle of no particular meaning begins. Prodigy Exam, an examination system proposed by Kairi. Its goal was to unearth prodigies from across the land and appoint them, regardless of their origins. Passing was difficult, but offered a correspondingly high status. It unearthed people like Togamori, but this and other radical ideas and systems led to opposition from those with vested interests, gradually increasing the hostility toward Kairi. Connecting, Breeze of Awakening, Fairy Tale Poison, and Solitude. Stage 2, Sword Hill. Tsurugi Gaoka. The site of the Battle of Sword Hill, upon which rested the fate of Ha. Now a peaceful wind blows between the erected stakes that gave the hill its name. Where have we heard the name Togamori? At the very end of the Murasaki 1 series, Kairi mentioned Togamori's name in his sleep. When we got the dream unlocks in the collection menu. Fell for it again award! $250 followers. Thank you very much. Beautiful music. Whoa, he's exploding. Goodbye. Our characters also have a new ability related to bombs. If we bomb a fundament block, instead of eating it, it multiplies it. I think this also in turn means that Kyrie's bomb's power is determined by amount of bullets eaten rather than blocks consumed. Could be wrong. Fast. Another enemy? I have to hold out for now. There you are. I've been waiting for you. Haku. As long as we have your leadership, we're invincible. Did you say something? Now then, let's see if you can break our formation. Hi? Oh, hi. Since I'm fighting two people, the health bar is twice as thick. Something seems weird, though. Our formation is hardly working on you. Huh? You're a fearsome foe, but as our leader, it's my duty to find a way through this crisis. Why don't we take a break? You good, buddy? That was a lot of them. Unopened box. A cocoon sleeps at the center of Ha. It is said that someone precious to Sasara is sleeping inside it. Akibami. Knee specimens duplicated in Secret Project Aki. Each one is almost identical physically to the point where even they struggle to tell the difference. Taking advantage of the chaos E brought to the world, they attempted to escape from the facility. Fortunately, none died in the process, but they were all separated. K's. The Troops of Fundament, elusive beings led by Ayame. About a year ago, they destroyed half the world. The troops are composed of beings known as K's. They have a fair bit to do with the story. Looks like once again we have survived mid-boss without using specials, without taking damage as a conditional for unlocks. How wonderful. Harmonious relatives. Wonderful. A bizarre and lovely team attack. Stay away. Stage 3, Lake of Tears, Ririko. It is said that this artificial lake saved many people from thirst in the past. Let's cross this dazzling sacred lake filled with the Queen's tears and take in the view. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to show you all this game. Fish. Moo sounds really happy. I am. For secret and surprising reasons, I am happy. Moo's happy for an amazing reason. Literally true. Literally true. Literally true. Also, yeah, on this level they're playing with the arena size. The walls of Fundament are much further away than normal. The blocks are smaller too. Dun, dun. Hope y'all are ready. I'm almost too excited to focus. It's kind of funny. Okay, okay. Whoa, rainfall. Goodbye, fish. Introducing my favorite character in the series.
When was it that I tried to do one of those?
Come again?
That's why I decided to run to make the time to process it.
Thank you once again to Daria Cascado for the custom commissioned voice work. No one in the setting is okay. Minto is extremely not okay. Never a dull moment with you, huh? Good for you. I'll be rooting for you. Moo's trick. Was that horn coming from her head or through it? Let's find out together! Kairu. The right of succession passed to Kairi's younger twin Kairu, but he was widely regarded as lacking in wisdom. To attract support, the royal court planned to have him win on the battlefield, as the token commander-in-chief of an overwhelmingly favorable, simple, and decisive battle. They chose the upcoming engagement with Ha, later called the Battle of Sword Hill, as the stage. Kairi, the former Prince of E, now in seclusion, an unstable being in every respect. This time he is hanging for the unopened box at the center of hope-filled Ha, in the world's north. He must release someone trapped there, someone whose fate was derailed by his close involvement with one of Kairi's relatives. Minto. Minto was an ordinary, commonplace, quiet girl, but one day she hit the back of her head and passed out. When her senses returned 1 week later, she had one shocking question after another. Why mustn't we fire weapons toward the sky? Why mustn't we approach the pillar? Why mustn't we harm people with fire? Old battlefield now tranquil. Double aim game. Lake of Tears. Healthy unicorn girl. My goodness, so that's how it is. But then, is this the fate of those who deduced the formula called the law of fundamentality? P.S. I'm hungry. Stage 4, Viridian Tunnel. Sei Heki Tsudo. Keep what's precious to you in the deepest, deepest depths. Following this mantra, he placed it here, and set a variety of traps along the way. So we just went through a stage that was very wide with small fundament blocks. Now we are in a stage that's very cramped with varying size fundament blocks. So you think that was... Do y'all think that was Ruru's third missing fish? Because remember, Ruru's fish are named essentially 1, 2, and 4. And then we see a gigantic, maybe immortal fish inside the Lake of Tears. And that is, in fact, the realization I had last time. When I was playing the previous game, I said, oh my god, I just realized something. And that was realizing, oh, that's probably Kay's fourth fish. Ooh, that was Spicy. If you want to see a spicy moo, you have to visit OnlyFlans. Familiar musical sting. You really are a piece of work. You go to the trouble of becoming a ghost to mess with me? Yep. Ooh. One cannot serve two masters. If I have to choose, it's best not to overthink it. I'll be passing through then. A somewhat familiar technique. Did you learn that from someone? Accomplish mundane things the mundane way. That's the shortcut to victory. But gambling is my only means to victory. It's fine even if you don't win, isn't it? I thank you for playing the fool to break me free from hesitation. Huh? Please, don't disturb the silence. Nice try. Acquired Togamori. Togamori, a boy genius from a remote region, passed the competitive prodigy exam and was eventually selected as a rat of the 12 magic spears. However, his direct manner, lowly origins, and closeness with Kairi gradually bred enmity from those around him. When he lost Kairi's backing, his status and life were targeted from within. Flask of Loyalty, and Fortune and Misfortune come in strange clothes. Stage 5, Pivotal Outer Corridor. Kaname Yokuro. Only select people are allowed to travel this path, which is filled with a solemn tension given off by somebody's strong will. We will hear that song again, Lola Renard. Don't worry. I always do for streaming this game. a loop through as Kairi and then a loop through as Satsuki. Also, speaking of Kairi and Satsuki, well, we can't select her because we haven't unlocked the stage yet, but Kairi has a new item, a new decorative attached to his outfit. A 4-colored pinwheel, the same that was in the hair of a certain piano player, and a symbol representing peace between the 4 worldlets. Last stage already. Can't believe we're almost done with the game, haha. Oh. The walls are closing in. Full health, full bombs. Here we go. I've been waiting for you. Now I shall die, while tasting the utmost agony. There we go. Very poor timing on that vehicle passing by. Sorry about that. Not really think control though. Evil demon of chaos, I won't let you touch the box. Now use me to sate your bloodlust. I shall offer you myself. I shall accept any kind of suffering, if that will bring happiness to others. Yozora, I'm sorry. Was it you who made Lady Sasara cry? And then the world ends. Night ambushes. After the Battle of Sword Hill, strange incidents began to occur in this area. One after another, people were cut down on night roads faster than the eye could see, suffering severe wounds. Satsuki of Team Fortune investigated these incidents and deduced what the victims had in common. All those attacked were bandits, and at last Satsuki encountered the culprit. Well, if we look at the description at the start here, world is in danger. To be precise, it's going to explode. You must travel to the person who is about to trigger it, to the place where a young queen leads people with wings. I guess that was her. Sasara, Ha's current queen, succeeding the late former queen who is loved for her beauty. Her mother's traits are concentrated in her, giving her an air of mystique when combined with her youth and chance triumphs. Distinguished by her aura alone, her responsibilities vastly outweigh her abilities. Servant's Sword. A sword given to people who show promise as a servant. Yozora was awarded one by Kei-san. To show promise means to be healthy, to place trust in fundament, and to seem likely to become an obedient hard worker. Those whose promise was misjudged are executed. Yozora's sword will be endowed if it absorbs the blood of 5 more people. Remaining blood needed. Kairi, 0. Satsuki, 4. And that's your hint. Triple box. Cheer up, pure queen. Emotions, suppression, release, explosions, linking one after another to the fundamental energy filling the atmosphere. Ugh.
I myself made certain with the prohibitions today things might befall them, if they will still believe that bad things might befall them. If they kick a prohibition that...
Oh? I see.
Something so relaxed, and if you will not lucky, you merely startle enemies with weapons that use fire. Your life, this is the point, the path you merely startle enemies with.
Oh my god. I get the general idea. Please leave me now.
Goodbye.
Are we permitted to point our arrows at the sky? Is it okay to dismiss the things she says as jokes? Out of the question. What I need to bring Lady Sasara is an escape from certain and absolute defeat. A battle where I must resort to unusual schemes is out of the question. No, what is there to hesitate about? In our current situation, nothing will change unless we do something about it. What awaits us is certain defeat. To avoid that, I need to do something. If so, I have no choice. Using myself as a guinea pig is nothing to me. If I can take a minute here. You might have noticed that the things that she said and the recording I just played didn't match. Last time I played this game, she said something different in that cutscene. It changes per playthrough. What? So now that you don't have the audio and text being different throwing you off. Yeah, literally the only reason I discovered that is because I just played that recording and went, oh my god, it's wrong. But Tetsu, you sneaky, sneaky person. Anyways, if you would like to listen to a different possible message she has there,
I myself made certain with the prohibitions today things might befall them, if they will still believe that bad things might befall them. If they kick a prohibition, that something so relaxed, and if you will not lucky, you merely startle enemies with weapons that use fire. Your life, this is the point, the path you merely startle enemies with. Goodbye.
she was talking about the pillar in that one, which is very, very interesting to me. Anyway, we need the blood of 4 more people. And yeah, even Satsuki is wearing a small pinwheel that represents peace between the 4 worldlets. Short, explosive, and utterly brutal like a sawed-off shotgun. See you, sucker. What's your favorite certified Satsuki moment from the previous game? I think mine is telling the lady who screams at you all the time, I don't know, could you repeat that? I didn't quite hear you. Or maybe perhaps, proceed over my dead body, followed by understood. Ruthless gal. The last conversation with Kairi. I'm going to kick and punch you. Stare me in the eyes and tell me that you're not crazy. My, hello there. What an auspicious day it is today. Now die! You're hard to hit. If possible, could you suddenly get sick? Love that guitar. Ah, I know. Could you pass out from eating too much salt? They've killed all emotions except Midori's intent, huh? Why are you always interfering? Come back for more if you got time. Battle of Sword Hill 1. Ha was facing the greatest crisis in its history. E's attacks grew in intensity, and it was only a matter of time before their defenses were breached. It was clear to all that this land had neither strength nor tactics to defend itself. Togamori, a stranger from E, decided to challenge his former brethren and risk everything to protect Queen Sasara in order to repay an old debt. And then since we unlocked both of these, once again I will go through the character introduction in full. Mamina, an assassin from Mamiana. She exists only to end her target's life with the poison permeating her body. Both success or failure in her job spells death for her. She is alive now because her first and last job, targeting Kairi in his past life, ended in a result that was neither success nor failure. Mamina. Since then, she has been wandering, seeking to kill Kairi of her own free will. If there is a current of fate in this world, then Mamina is its great watershed. But if she did not exist, someone else would surely have borne the same role. She herself is no more than a tiny, insignificant assassin. Birthday, 11/6. Hobbies, eating wild plants, collecting trinkets. Likes, mushrooms and sugarcane. Dislikes, good tea and flowers. Associated with the nation of E. Interesting dislikes there. I wonder if there's anything to unpack with that. Failed assassination. An assassin from Mamiana, prepared with the sole purpose of taking Kairi's life, successfully infiltrated the Tea Party, bringing in a lethal weapon, her body itself. During the natural flow of the conversation, she moved behind her target, widened her eyes at the opportunity, and was astonished. The mark of her target, the scar on the back of his neck, wasn't there. Kaha, a contract killer pursuing an escaped Ka individual to keep a project secret. Nicknamed Golden Death after the way she mercilessly disposes of her kin, with powerful attacks unleashed from her relatively large body. Also nicknamed Forest Soybean, No Sense of Direction, Cart Before the Horse, etc. Poisoned. Mamiana, a group that accepts assassination contracts. Those brought up as agents in their hometown have poison kneaded into them from a young age, imbuing their bodies with it, and are trained so that all their emotions are converted into murderous intent. At someone's request, one girl was sent to assassinate Kairi at the Tea Party, an event where he spoke openly with commoners. His own idea. Mamina. She can't restrain herself. Go with your feelings more. Sword Hill. And then once again, Satsuki's bomb ability allows her to detonate fundament blocks, but this time it also multiplies them instead of eating them in the process. If you're confused about why I keep bumping the walls, that's because those purple items that appear out of enemies and bullets are points, and bumping the wall will magnetize all the points to you. I'm sorry, not points, fundamental energy. Pursuer. If I can just put together a formation. There you are. I've been waiting for you. Let's show her the power of our formation. Huh? Right now? Shishi. Let's settle this now with your unmatched destructive power. Huh? What did you say? Ah, hi. Hi. Specialized types? That's right, but don't underestimate us. Cooperation boosts our combined power 6 or even 12-fold. Why don't we sit down and rest? I'm sorry, everyone. I take full responsibility for this defeat. I wasn't good enough. My studies, my speed, and our luck was poor too. Huh? Who are you? The spinner. Akibami. Knee specimens duplicated in Secret Project Aki. Each one is almost identical physically, to the point where even they struggle to tell the difference. Taking advantage of the chaos E brought to the world, they attempted to escape from the facility. Fortunately, none died in the process, but they were all separated. Akibami. After more than 3 years of hardship, a miracle happened. One after another they met up, finally regrouping in Ha. They conveyed their feelings by wordless understanding. We are invincible. As training, why don't we attack whoever that is I see in the distance holding that long thing? Yeah! Said all 11 others. Akibami Speed Maka. Birthday, 10/29. Hobbies, bathing, cleaning. Likes the horizon. Dislikes complicated paths, remembering faces. Associated with the worldlet Ni. Akabami Luck Kai. Birthday, 10/29. Hobbies, bedrock, bathing, forest bathing. Likes tortoises, dislikes hares. Also associated with Ni. So yes, And if you look carefully at the symbols on their forehead, we can identify them in that the first one to meet us is Speed. Once again, specialized types. And the one that arrived later was Luck. And yes, neither of those are Shishi. Do you see what happened here? Secret Project Aki. A project by tree-covered knee that attempted to prove their control of duplication, a power with the potential to rule everything. Achieving a certain success at duplicating life, they began tests on varying each duplicated life form. The many near-identical Akibami individuals were given the following characteristics. Leadership for Haku, luck for Kai, power for Shishi, speed for Maka, etc. Now, get along. Companions. Huh. Lake of Tears. I think it's really important to highlight really what the developer did there. They made a boss fight that's a duo boss fight where there's two enemies coordinating to fight you, but narratively, one of them doesn't even want to fight you and doesn't know how to fight. Really just like chew on that a bit. Tetsu is one of the only developers I know of that is willing to sacrifice gameplay for a little narrative bit like that. Who else would be bold enough to just say, I'm going to make a boss fight in which a duo boss fight in which one of the bosses barely attacks you? Hence why they're only a stage 2 boss. Yeah, pretty much. I love it when developers take that kind of weird risk. It's what I live for. I heard someone else say this, I don't remember who, but it's something I agree with entirely, is that the worst thing a game can be is not good or bad or anything like that. It's utterly forgettable. I love bad games. I'm fairly certain a fair number of you also love bad games, considering a few of the communities I come from. But, part of the thing that's fascinating about bad games is they're often bad for really interesting reasons. And sort of analyzing where things went wrong can be very fulfilling. And, you know, laughing at a game is just as good as laughing with it. I am in awe, truly. I can only marvel at your dauntlessness. Damn it. No, I actually didn't take all that much damage from that. God, I love how unsettling her attack patterns are. Sticking exactly to you. Smashing against the walls. And then just proceeding to go and skip along the water. I'll defeat you all the same. She even twitches as the cut-in image occurs there. Good luck with that. But yes, once again, thank you very deeply to Daria Cascado, aka Dare0451, for the incredible voice work. I custom commissioned her to do that because last time when I first played this, when I was just starting my career out, I was unsatisfied with my ability to portray that character. What I opted to do is I just paused the game and read it out manually. But I deeply encourage viewers to, if you're viewing this in the VOD or sometime after, when you folks that are watching live, you can view this in the VOD, pause and grab the different sentences she has and try and make sense of them. It's honestly a bit of a puzzle. They link together in odd ways, but she is saying comprehensible things. It's just all out of order. My take on it? That was my take on it. I gave her the voice directions, so my take on it was she is speaking all 4 lines at the same time, separated into each other with the pacing of the actual text box. Which I think does a great job of making it all the more striking when she talks in this menu and is speaking at a normal pace. But me speaking the lines? That's the problem. I don't know how to do audio compositing. When was it that things suddenly went astray? The man from Eve's word saved me that day. I decided to assemble a boat and travel over toward the pillar. I don't know. Battle of Sword Hill 1. Ha was facing the greatest crisis in its history. Eve's attacks grew in intensity, and it was only a matter of time before their defenses were breached. It was clear to all that this land had neither strength nor tactics to defend itself. Togamori, a stranger from E, decided to challenge his former brethren and risk everything to protect Queen Sasara in order to repay an old debt. Bowmen, mostly hunters, stakes planted in the ground and loud instruments disabled the horses. Weather favored Togamori's side, and his strategy plunged the enemy army into chaos. At last, a raiding party centered around a brilliant swordsman, selected by Togamori himself, captured the enemy commander. The entire fight was overwhelmingly in their favor, bringing the battle to a draw. So the Battle of Sword Hill was done between Eve's forces and Ha's forces, but Togamori's leadership allowed Ha to turn it into a draw. And then as a reminder, where is it here? Where was it? Here we go. And as a reminder, to attract support, the royal court planned to have Kairu win on the battlefield as the token commander-in-chief of an overwhelmingly favorable, simple, and decisive battle. They chose the upcoming engagement with Ha, later called the Battle of Sword Hill, as the stage. So E planned on this being a ceremonial victory that Kairu could get all the credit for. And then Ha actually managed to do it with Tokomori's leadership. And it sounds like actually captured Kairu. Or was it Kairu that they captured? In any case, Minto. Minto was an ordinary, commonplace, quiet girl, but one day she hit the back of her head and passed out. When her senses returned 1 week later, she had one shocking question after another. Why mustn't we fire weapons toward the sky? Why mustn't we approach the pillar? Why mustn't we harm people with fire? From then on, Minto began to investigate the boundaries between what was prohibition and what was not. What about firing arrows diagonally? What about startling people with firecrackers? As she tested them one by one, Minto was discovered by a K on patrol. A spear of punishment pierced her body. Birthday, 8/2. Hobbies, joining gatherings of cats, astronomy, vitality. Likes, unusual paths, unknown fruits, freshwater fish. Dislikes, usual paths, birds. Associated with the worldlet of Ha. Minto's records. Her records contain the following kinds of details. Startled people with large amount of firecrackers, no problem. Put a blade on the end of some bamboo and played around. The K got really angry. Threw rocks toward the sky, no problem. Maybe I'll head to the pillar in a boat next. Great duels, high scores, use bombs, get a different bad ending apparently. Stage 4, Viridian Tunnel. That tag exists simply to notify viewers of the status of this channel. I have nothing further to say. The laser barriers. Hello again, Tokomori. I must ask you to leave. If it will preserve the silence, I shall obstruct you by any means possible. How does it feel to hold command? It's a feeling I know nothing of. It's tremendous. And I only know around half of it. Whoa, I was not ready for that. You shut him away in a box and force silence upon him. Is that wrong? It is if you're trapping him out of some sort of irrational delusion. On that we agree. Bah!
Riverside Wings just rated with 5 viewers.
Hello, Riverside Wings. Finished ODST. Join us in following Riverside Wings once again. She is a doctor of Japanese history and practicing Shinto practitioner, and joined me for a couple of features on this channel, mainly where I played through the Toho Project games while Nairi spectated and provide commentary on the themes, the yokai, and the Shinto beliefs present. And then we also played Jazztronauts together. Oh wow. 5 unlocks. The Sword's Will. I'll eliminate those who disturb order. As Yozora served the world night after night, a Kei sword in hand, he clashed with an evil named Satsuki of Team Fortune. She put up a fierce fight, but this was cut short when evils named Kairi and Hikaze rushed in. Yozora vowed to punish them someday. Satsuki, with Blade of Fundament in hand, had to risk it all to drive off her pursuer. Satsuki, one of our protagonists. This time she is making for the unopened box at the center of Ha. Apparently someone who once dealt directly with her is there. Togamori, a boy genius from a remote region passed the competitive prodigy exam and was eventually selected as a rat of the 12 magic spears. However, his direct manner, lowly origins, and closeness with Kairi gradually bred enmity from those around him. When he lost Kairi's backing, his status and life were targeted from within. For his rampant abilities to produce results, he requires a master to whom he can swear loyalty. He could accomplish any order for the person he considers his master. On his scales, his master easily outweighs all other beings combined. He currently serves at the beck and call of a young queen in the land of Ha. Oh, I forgot to... For Minto. Her head. Now this is unusual. She's picking up some sort of signal. As for Togamori, you would turn everything against you for the sake of one person? You're all straightforward fools. Useful plant. A common plant in the Ha region, used as material for a variety of tools due to its characteristic structure and strength. Its uses span a broad range, from bows and other weapons to tubes filled with black powder that explode loudly, and even musical instruments used for encouragement and celebration. You see, this is the sort of thing that I would love having Nairi around for. I wonder what this useful plant could refer to. I need someone with a doctorate in Japanese history to give me a good answer on that. Yeah. Battle of Sword Hill Plus. Blessing arrows, a revolutionary technique invented by Tokomori to send arrows further by firing them at an angle. Firecrackers. These made inspiring noises on the battlefield, but they also startled enemy horses. Pillar's Light. The pillar sometimes shines bright enough to light up the dark, so Tokomori had his soldiers march on these nights. Showing them this light raised morale. And yeah, she put up a fierce fight, but this was cut short when evils named Kairi and Hikaze rushed in. Hikaze has not been mentioned up until this point. Lady Sasara. Yes? I have terrible news. Yes? A demon is coming. A demon? An evil demon. An evil demon? If it finds you, Lady Sasara, something very, very scary will happen. No matter what happens, please do not leave this place. Tokomori... I shall take my leave then. The collection menu told us that a sword will be endowed as soon as the blood of enough people is brought to it. Through the duels, we have collected all the blood. I'll be the one facing you. After inflicting as much pain as possible, please kill me. Can we change things, though? I interpreted that as what model of graphics card specifically, but yeah. The evil demon. She came in such a lovely form. This way I won't be scared. Yes, just like that. Refuse to put me out of my misery. Strike harder, harder. Torment this foolish queen. Yozora, I'm sorry. Was it you who made Lady Sasara cry? And yet, we have failed to change the outcome. We're missing something. A sword given to people who show promise as a servant. Yozora was awarded one by Keisan. To show promise means to be healthy, to place trust in fundament, and to seem likely to become an obedient hard worker. Those whose promise was misjudged are executed. Yozora's sword will be endowed if it absorbs the blood of 5 more people. Remaining blood needed, 0 for Kairi, 0 for Satsuki. Anyone who does not already know the answer, can you figure out what we're missing here? This is a puzzle. We can only ever obtain the blood of 4 separate bosses on the way here. But Good Eye, catching that, asked for 5. Need one after her? You're so close. I'll be the one facing you. After inflicting as much pain as possible, please kill me. The one that appears is not willing to duel us. You're all just so close, but none of you have actually said the right answer yet. We provided 4 droplets of blood from 4 different people. The evil demon. She came in such a lovely form. This way I won't be scared. Last chance to get the answer in. Which in itself is a hint. I can still do it. But not for much longer. Yes, just like that. Refuse to put me out of my misery. Strike harder, harder. Torment this foolish queen. Refuse her duel. The 5th blood is Lady Sasara's. Yozora, stop it. You don't need to suffer this time. Ah. Heretical foreign element. I won't permit your existence. It's a countdown. It can't be. And fate still refused to change.
To another place.
Wow, Conley. Sasara, Ha's current queen, succeeding the late former queen, who is loved for her beauty. Her mother's traits are concentrated in her, giving her an air of mystique when combined with her youth and chance triumphs. Distinguished by her aura alone, her responsibilities vastly outweigh her abilities. If there is someone troubled in front of her, she will always extend a helping hand. She didn't dare imagine that this might lead to many things to be sacrificed. She has no capacity for abstract thought. All she excels at is her ability to gather respect with the looks and aura she inherited from her mother. Birthday, 2/14. Hobbies, interacting with animals, questions. Likes, happiness and sugar. Dislikes, scary things like demons and ghosts. Associated with Ha, of course. Condition, clear stage 5. The power generated by the fall from release to despair triggered destruction, huh? A child puppet queen with no capacity for abstract thought. purely a figurehead, nothing more. Nonetheless, a kind soul. Anyways, yes, that was Bad Ending Type 2 terminated. Okay. Let's do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be the one facing you. After inflicting as much pain as possible, please kill me. I find it kind of interesting just seeing the interaction between Master Tactician Togamori and Evil Demon. She came in such a lovely form. This way I won't be scared. And the Queen of Ha. Just Togamori attempting to influence her or something by saying that a scary demon will be arriving soon. Which makes you wonder, what was Togamori's plan with that? Yes, just like that. Refuse to put me out of my misery. Strike harder, harder. Torment this foolish queen. I have my theory on what Togamori was trying to achieve with that. Yozora, stop it. You don't need to suffer this time. Okay, so this time, we do this as fast as physically possible. Heretical foreign element. I won't permit your existence. Traitorous one. I'll remove you this second. Where is this? Oh, my head, I can't remember. But I'll never forget that face. I feel like I have to defeat you. I accept your challenge. If that will satisfy you. I'll take whatever you have to offer. Here I come. What my sword lacked was the resolve to bloody my hands, to succeed by my own will. Is that the truth? You're welcome to your interpretation. I won't stop you. I'll defeat you. The secret attack technique of those of Ha. Flap your wings. Did I really want to defeat you? Do I look like I care? Whether you kill your heart or not is your choice. Servitude's not bad either. It's comfortable. Tomato was the cellist from Murasaki 1, also a winged resident of Ha. This sensation, how long has it been? The sword is fun. It's not about winning or losing. This is my true... See this battle through to the end with me. Satsuki. People with wings. Okay. Kairi. This guy was amazing, right? People with... What shall we go see next? People... Hey, hello? Hey. people with wings were forced to crawl on the ground, and the sky was never permitted to enter their view. It was a forbidden sight. All's well that ends well. Gotta love that freedom, right? But did the people who wished for a release from order want to see the sky, even if it involved bloodshed? Who knows? Maybe they hadn't thought about it that deeply. Maybe it's the kind of thing people don't give any serious thought. Victory. Gorgeous art in this game. Thank you, Yokomi Mochi. Beautiful music, too. And everyone lived ever after. Happily ever after. The box basked in the feelings of many people and held a strong, unstable power which grew day by day. Had it crossed its threshold, it and those feelings would have been shattered into tiny pieces. But the box's owner shook off his doubts, cut free of his regrets, and spread his wings once more. This was by no means something he accomplished on his own. Yozora. His aimlessly honed sword skills were of use to the world. He won distinction by capturing enemy General Kairu in the Battle of Sword Hill, but agonized over the general's blood and screams when he opposed orders to take him alive. Overlaying his hatred of I control him, and over failing to finish the job. Oh, okay, let me reparse that, because that's supposed to be a comma. He won distinction by capturing enemy General Kairu in the Battle of Sword Hill, but agonized over the general's blood and screams when he opposed orders to take him alive, overlaying his hatred of I control him, and over failing to finish the job. Cocoon. When somebody is mentally cornered, has no way to escape, and loses their strength of heart, they muster up the last of their emotions and fundamental energy, and these bind together, forming a barrier around them. It can take various shapes depending on the state of its creator. It is robust, as if made to protect its owner from collapse. If I press Z, that happens. The interact button. We've actually seen a cocoon before. Kozio was in one. Hers looked a lot more like an insect cocoon, though. I thought it was the Fundament blade from some time ago, but was it just my imagination? Either way, it doesn't change the conclusion. I'll go along with this. A pure blade that has cast off all distractions. How beautiful. Queen's Sword. As the Queen of Ha was traveling the mountains in an As the Queen of Ha was traveling the mountains in an ox cart, she noticed a lone boy wielding a sword. His motions were swift, polished, and beautiful. The queen was captivated and awarded the boy Yozora a sword of favor. To the people of Ha, this signified great honor, but he began to use the sword purely because he liked its high quality and light functional characteristics. And Azur's sword slices through the twilight, the final dark of night. One through 5 in order as both characters. High score on 4. Stage 5 all duels. Maybe 1 through 5 as Kairi in order to get this one. Basically, it's a 1 credit clear-esque thing. So it's time to play safe. And also multiply a bunch of blocks. Traitor to your own people. The form of a poisonous flower suits you. They already took everything from you. And yet you would help them take everything from everyone else too. Oh my god. You're right. Conley, I don't think I ever made that connection. At last we meet again. My goodness, and to think how long I've waited for this moment. Now die! Why won't you suddenly lose consciousness? Why won't you die from spontaneous combustion? That way I wouldn't have to do this. Yeah, it very distinctly mentions that that flower assassin there was poisoned in her description. And so I don't think they would say that unless it has to do with the only other time we've heard about poison, which is Mamiana's technique of imbuing body with poison. And the other technique of Mamiana is to erase all feelings apart from murderous intent. So therefore, why would that flower be willing to turn against her own people, against her own interest? Give up already. Die by my hands. Or die as some sort of sacrifice. And the answer is there is no logical reason for it. And that's the thing. There's no logical reason for it. Unless she was made to have no... If it means erasing the murderous intent in my heart, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Scary. There is no logical reason to do that. The only reason she could possibly want to do that is if every emotion apart from murderous intent was written out of her. Now I kind of feel bad for saying all that. Thank you, Conley. Kaha. Poisoned. A boy called Yozora, 1. There was a boy who honed his sword skills whenever he had the time. While he had outstanding talent, he was also extremely kind and compassionate to all beings. He could never wield a sword to fight. That is, to harm his opponent's body or mind. One such day, Yozora's village was attacked by bandits from E. That's another one of the things I just really love about this game. I played through this entire game to 100%. This will be the 3rd time. And in this playthrough, I've already learned 2 things that I had no idea about. There's really something special about making sure to not give every answer or to give roundabout answers to questions of their setting. I feel like discovering the answer myself or making that sort of mental link or having someone else do it for you feels a lot cooler than just having the answer told. Even if it means that some people will miss that information. Kaha was absolutely looking for Kano. Yep. Explodes you. A fellow escaped Ka, which, as we established, is the girl who was a flower on top of the head of the girl who was lost in the forest and about to starve. That actually makes me wonder. Does that mean the other flower's name is Ka? And that the girl's name was just No? And so as a combined being, they're Kano? Because it says I was looking for a Ka. Ah, it's one of those. Another wave spawns if you kill the previous. Flower named Kano, girl is nameless. Another enemy. I have to hold out for now. There you are. I've been waiting for you. Haku. As long as we have your leadership, we're invincible. Did you say something? Now then, let's see if you can break our formation. Hi. Huh. Hi. Still so funny to have a duo boss fight where only one of them actually fights you. Game design is the art of tricking the players. Not tricking, pranking. That's the word. I mean, give this fella some credit here. If you had... Our formation is hardly working on you. You're a fearsome foe, but as our leader, it's my duty to find a way through this crisis. Why don't we take a break? To give him credit, to cut him some slack, if you had 11 identical siblings, if you're 11 tuplets, do you think that you'd occasionally mix them up? From sight alone? Damn it. Just barely missed the health barrier at the last frame there. They are conveniently marked. A fair point. Lake of Tears. Once again. As the queen was traveling through the wake of a typhoon, she came upon a fish in a puddle. The queen asked, "What will happen to this fish when the water dries up?" Her retinue answered, "It will die." The queen was very sad to hear this, and ordered that a lake be built there. Everyone was moved and impressed, and wept and danced, and sobbed and loved her evermore. The end. And everyone clapped. Precisely. And everyone clapped. That is the intent behind that. That queen's name? Albert Einstein. Quality. As with the other game, for conditions that I don't actually know, it is possible to meet Satsuki outside of the fundament barrier when playing through the stage. Just like in the last game, I have no idea what triggers this. My best guess is that it's one of the following: high score, take no damage up to that point, or kill every enemy up to that point, or a mixture of all three of those. And like last time, I'm going to trigger it right now, please. You out there, Satsuki? Rip. No Satsuki today.
When was it that I tried to do this in other cases?
Come again?
That's why I decided to make the time to process it.
I totally relate.
What is how we are designed like objects? Why would we find the questions in this one question?
Never a dull moment with you, huh? Good for you. I'll be rooting for you. Delicious fundamental energy. Blech. You really are a piece of work. You go to the trouble of becoming a ghost to mess with me? Yep. Ooh. One cannot serve two masters. If I have to choose, I... Regarding the chat, please use Twitch private messages if you're gonna talk about potentially sensitive account information stuff. That's all. Well, it's best not to overthink it. I'll be passing through then. So master tactician you are if this works. Accomplish mundane things the mundane way. That is the shortcut to victory. But gambling is my only means to victory. It's fine even if you don't win, isn't it? I only delayed it because you accidentally formed a valid link. The man from E. As the Queen of Ha was traveling the mountains... As the Queen of Ha was traveling the mountains in an ox cart, she came upon a collapsed foreigner. The others tried to seize this hated enemy, but the Queen stopped them, gave him a flask of water, and ordered them to treat his wounds and to give him food, clothes, and lodging. Everyone was moved and impressed and wept, and sobbed at the Queen's kindness and loved her evermore. The end. Okay. And everyone clapped. We've already done this bit. Also, I guess that raises an important point too, in that not even the collection menu is perfectly reliable, because that's a propaganda piece. And everyone applauded. There we go. This is legally distinct and absolutely a new conversation and not just a rehash of the one we had before. 2, 3, 4. I've been waiting for you. Now I shall die, while tasting the utmost agony. This is something we kind of glossed over, but it's important to actually like put into words here. She has the sun symbol orbiting her. She has divine protection from someone. There's a couple of people who that could be. The ones providing her divine protection. I will also note that our protagonist also enters every level with divine protection. Evil demon of chaos, I won't let you touch the box. Now use me to sate your bloodlust. Every time we start a level, there's a sun symbol that appears around our character. Which I don't think I ever actually verbalized until just now, but check the tapes. It's true. Lady Sasara's divine protection, I believe, to either be from Yozora or perhaps Togamori. I shall offer you myself. I'll accept any kind of suffering if that will bring happiness to others. And if it is Togamori, that raises an interesting point of what Togamori's plan here was. Which I will get to after we get through this. Yozora, stop it. You don't need to suffer this time. Would Lady Sasara, the Queen of Ha, Destroyer of Order, I won't accept resistance. Would the Queen of Ha willfully duel someone? Considering her personality. Absolutely not, right? I think Togamori gave her divine protection so she could survive our arrival. You defy me, I'll eliminate you this instant. Gave her the divine protection. And then told her that a horrible demon was about to arrive. In hopes that she would spill blood. Where am I? My head's foggy, but I know what I must do right now. I'll bring you to justice. I don't really get it, but sure, why not? Only I'll beat you instead. That face. I'll never forget it. You're the one I needed to finish off back then. I'll do it this time by my own hand. That's my mission. Roger that. I'll put up the best fight I can. So come at me with your best as well. Thank you. So who was it that Yozora failed to kill and regrets? Kairu. That's right. I am not Kairu, I'm Kairi. He's got the wrong guy. You're pretty good. I heard you had no fighting abilities. What's the matter? What happened to that mission of yours? Is that how you got in you? Who do you think you are? Here I come. Many people are bad with faces in this. Once again, though, is it really bad with faces if the face is identical? At least, presumably. Kairu is our brother, so... What is this feeling? I'm just happy and enjoying myself. Are you truly evil? Yep. I won't interrogate you anymore. I just ask one thing. That you let me wield my sword full force just a little longer. This Baron's real scary, to be honest. Speaking of scary, I really need to not die here, otherwise I need to redo this entire challenge. Oh, okay. Whew. Two bombs to spare. Easy. Wasn't scared. Kairi. Look, look. At what? At my face. You're incredibly irritating. I know, right? It's strange. You weren't directly connected to this mess. So why do you look like you've accomplished something? My brother was my mirror image. If our fates had differed for a moment, I would be him and he would be me. It's only natural that I clean up after him. I see. Well, this crisis has passed. We're invincible. We'll stand against the greatest of hardship again tomorrow. You're asleep, aren't you? You feel the same way, right? Kairi, the former Prince of E, now in seclusion, an unstable being in every respect. This time he is heading for the unopened box at the center of hope-filled Ha in the world's north. He must release someone trapped there, someone whose fate was derailed by his close involvement with one of Kairi's relatives. A few months ago, when Kairi lost to Ayame and bore deep wounds, Satsuki used her synchronization ability and Kairi's life was saved. But in exchange, he shares half his energy and half his existence with Satsuki. They cannot be too far apart. Nobody knows what will happen if they come in contact again. Birthday, 4-2. Hobbies, saving the world. Likes, new things, change. Dislikes, useless conflict. Associated with E. Yozora. His aimlessly honed sword skills were of use to the world. He won distinction by capturing enemy General Kairu in the Battle of Sword Hill, but agonized over the general's blood and screams when he opposed orders to take him alive, over letting his hatred of E control him, and over failing to finish the job. Letting him live was cowardly. I won't see it blood again. No, a useful sword harms enemies. Blood gushed forth. I agonized. I gripped the Keisan sword. My mind was eased, and I passed out. I awoke holding a bloody sword. It guided me to serve the world. One day my mind went critical, and a cocoon entrapped me. Yozora, birthday 7-7. Hobbies, sword and bow training, watching fish. Likes small animals, dislikes blood. Associated with Ha. He doesn't remember when we met on that night long ago. How sad. You devoted your life to polishing your skills, so above all else, they are for you, yourself. I hear my brother caused you some concern. I really feel like I'm bumping into strange connections on this journey. Let me tell you something, Kairu. Kairu, the one you cut down, he's quite well, and very healthy. I guarantee it as his brother. So, has that eased your woes? Anyway, let's concentrate on the enjoyment in front of us. Kairu's not dead, then? There was a boy who honed his sword skills whenever he had the time. While he had outstanding talent, he was also extremely kind and compassionate to all beings. He could never wield a sword to fight, that is, to harm his opponent's body or mind. One such day, Yozora's village was attacked by bandits from E. The bandits were lackeys dispatched by E's command for the coming war. Yozora's sword was of no use, the resistance failed, and he lost everything. Keisan appeared. Half the bandits were wiped out, the rest fled. Order was upheld, but since then, Yozora began to bear hatred for E and doubt his ethics. Folks, I think it's time. Stage 6, Night Road. Yomichi. Night, a space filled with a thick, heavy residue of scattered fundamental energy. How many wander here, having lost sight of their objective? Once again, I'm pretty sure I prefer to do this as Satsuki, so... let's go! This is not as hard as Execution Site, but that doesn't make it easy. Forgot the technique for getting past that last volley. Yep, that's part of the song. Are you ready for my favorite song in the series? It's about time. A lone fighter? It must be hard work maintaining order. You didn't miss a beat apprehending me. Looks like you don't intend to obey me. So I really have lost my power already. Screw your attack pattern. Darkness and Rumbling, Spear Tip of Judgment. Duel, Keisan 1. It seems this was the individual who awarded that boy his blade. Yep. That was decent for I don't remember what I'm doing at all attempt at the stage. needing to improvise is not a good thing. A lone fighter? It must be hard work maintaining order. You didn't miss a beat apprehending me. Looks like you don't intend to obey me. So I really have lost my power already. I did lose a hell of a lot of health needing to improvise during the square stomp pattern. A little close. Bah. Does Daedalus refuse to bomb here too? I don't know. We should have him play this game and find out. I would have to assume so. A lone fighter? It must be hard work maintaining order. Fellow stream watcher, you didn't miss a beat apprehending me. Looks like you don't intend to obey me. So I really have lost my power already. Come on. Go down. Deeply unfortunate of a fight. Also, I'm speaking with some Mithridacy here. Yes, Daedalus does watch these streams occasionally. He is also the one that made this 3D version of me. This 3D version of me. And is my brother. He also never bombs in Toho Project. Also once said, "How am I catching strays from across Discord servers? This is bullshit." Scared. After that up. And train at decent health for once. Although poor supplies, so I might lose all that health right now. A lone fighter. It must be hard work maintaining order. You didn't miss a beat apprehending me. Looks like you don't intend to obey me. So I really have lost my power already. God, that was BS. He ate my entire bomb and still did a slashing pattern through it. I'm pretty sure the only reason I took damage there is because bullets spawned on top of me. Alright, I am officially scared. Alright, we're good. F this. You get bombed. You're just working under set rules. Your intentions may be overridden by orders, but you're fighting as hard as you can, too. Easy pattern as long as you don't make the easy mistake. There we go. On to the next. If you read the descriptions carefully, this shouldn't be a surprise to you. It said that Ayame led a troop of Kaisans. I have no choice. I'll have to beat it into you the hard way. The master-servant relationship, that is. Out of bombs, so this is gonna be hell. Yep. That's about what I figured. Seems this was the individual reward that boy has played. He seems to recognize me, at least to some extent. Nice dodging. Why, thank you. Good. You can do this calmly this time. Good. A lone fighter? It must be hard work maintaining order. I just gotta bomb that one. And this one. You didn't miss a beat apprehending me. Looks like you don't intend to obey me. So I really have lost my power already. Ugh. This is fine. Oof. That's really why I wanted not to happen. Oh well. Good enough. So what do you think of the bonus boss's theme music being disco? Really surprising genre to go with, but it absolutely works. Thank you for a patrol well done. Gweh, lay down your arms and hand over your vitamins. You're fairly strong, but when it comes to showdowns on dark nights, I'm no slouch either. You're a well-known face around here. Until you turned on the locals and everyone who admired you. Oh, nice weapon. Can I have it? See ya. Ingredients. Operating on a set directive? Poor baby. Now come at me at full power. I'll see through everything you've got. New record. Actually, could you go easy on me, please? Come to think of it, I was eyeing my face back then. Wait, where am I? You have to strike when your enemy's tired and resting. How grand, a hard worker who always carries out the last order he received. How grand. So, like, not to hype y'all up too much about this or anything, but that was the final pattern. That was what, my second try as Kairi? Guess we know who to pick. Ow. Ow. Like I said, hard, but a lot easier. Go ahead, I'm gonna steal your vitamins. There we go, that's the stuff. Thank you for a patrol well done. Go ahead, lay down your arms and hand over your vitamins. Fairly strong. But when it comes to showdowns on dark nights, I'm no slouch either. That's the stuff. Dodge the pattern by lagging the game to hell. I hear you're a well-known face around here. Until you turned on the locals and everyone who admired you. Oh, nice weapon. Can I have it? Didn't see that bullet at all. Apologies for the strange noises I sometimes make when doing obscenely hard challenges. At least I think this is obscenely hard. I don't know. This feels like it's kind of hard. I have a very skewed perception of difficulty sometimes. But I think this might be kind of tough. Noises grant power. Thank you, Bjork and Fork. Clean. Don't like how this is looking. Thank you for a patrol well done. Go ahead, lay down your arms and hand over your vitamins. You're fairly strong, but when it comes to showdowns on dark nights, I'm no slouch either. Really? Kason kicked. Alright, final attempt. This episode's been going for 3.5 hours. And this is a bullet hell, so you know. Core fatigue is definitely a factor at play at this point. I missed a... Okay, this is the last attempt. According to the clock, it's been 3.5 hours. I suppose the clock does start when the pre-show starts, so it's only been 3 hours and 20 minutes, I suppose. Huge difference, I'm aware. Oh my god. Your words of support. They're granting me power. Not sure if I can afford missing a health pickup like that. It's not a failed attempt until I fail. Cowardly? Maybe. It's the cowards that survive, though. What a beautiful shot that was. Like, damn, just gently tossed it right onto the target. That's better. Thank you for a patrol well done. Go ahead, lay down your arms and hand over your vitamins. No toying around. I use my bombs on the phases that I need them. You're fairly strong. But when it comes to showdowns on dark nights, I'm no slouch either. Would have loved not to bomb there, but you're a well-known face around here. Until you turned on the locals and everyone who admired you. Oh, nice weapon. Can I have it? Damn it! Alright, that one's it. Should bomb that pattern too. Oh. Phew. Hell of an episode 1. And just because I love them so much, once again, let's just listen to the beautiful delivery that Daria made.
When was it that I tried to do this anyways? I thought I wanted to just That's why I decided to make the time process difficult. That's how we are designed by objects. Why would we find the dimensions prohibit itself questionable? As a true decision, I'm going to say that emotions around that time don't die to have no regrets. But man's opposite is fairly opposite now. But my existence is very important to deny it. Now, the time doesn't do what it should do most things. Irregular traits die in chambers and better solid. I felt really happy to test the results of the practice. I several individuals have done survive from the sky. It's the original so many victims I did test. I myself made certain with the prohibitions today things might befall them, if they will still believe that bad things might befall them. If they kick a prohibition that, something so relax, and if you will not lucky you merely startle enemies with weapons that use fire. Your life, this is the point, the path you merely startle enemies with. Goodbye.
And goodbye to y'all too. Thanks for watching. Let's see who we can raid to. Ampuko is live. Ampuko has been in a little bit of a hole trying to build up funds for quite a while now and is trying to get July and August rent built up. So, gonna send you that way. Ampuko, of course, is a RAM that does incredible stuff with visualizers and with stream overlay effects. Truly some of the coolest stuff that has ever been done on a stream in terms of just visual interest. Tell him the slime sent you, and good night, everyone. To another place, my friends.